How's it, guys? So I'm going to do a couple of little things on my Sky Ranger today to prepare it all for the getting the covering back on. There's a few little things I need to finish. One is the intercom box. I need to mount it over here. Previously it was just tied in there with cable ties. It worked, but I think I can do a better job, so I'm going to get a little bracket mounted on there with double-sided tape. The other thing I need to do is the safety harnesses. That all needs to be installed. Once the covering's on, it's going to be a bit difficult to put it on. So let's get to business. Right, so my plan with the intercom box, I'm going to take a piece of angle iron, or aluminium. Plan is simply just rivet it on the back here, and then this box will be with double-sided tape be put on there. Obviously, having double-sided tape just makes it more user-friendly, so if there's an issue or something, I can just rip it off, especially seeing the screws are from the back if it needs to be opened. So let's do this. You would never say I'm drilling into aluminium. It shows you how hard, how the tensile strength is of aircraft grade aluminium. That's it. So just standard grade aluminium rivets, nothing special about this lot. It's just holding on a little panel, so right, so with that bracket in place, intercom box will get on here with double-sided tape. I'm not going to do it right now, but the bracket's there, so that's fine. So let's move this out the way. Next thing is installing the safety belts. A little bit complicated in how to put these safety belts on, but I will get it to right. That, I believe, goes over. And then this buckle. I'm sure that is quite correct. Now it's like that. The other one loops through the bottom section. Simple as that. Open it up. So what's now supposed to happen is that goes up a bit, just like that. This one goes to the right. Let's try it out and see how it works. So with me in here, strap over the shoulder. Strap also over the shoulder. Those two go there. This is too high, so that needs to go lower. Right, first things would be the side one. The side one correctly tightened. That's it. Right, it's time to start putting the coverings back on. So, first of all, I've got some of the correct rope that I need for stitching over here. So this is a 2mm rope. I had quite a bit of hassle finding the correct type of rope I was looking for. And then I also got this. This is just your normal type of what we call bungee cord. So it's elastic stretch rope. So this gets used on the fuselage. You'll see there's a piece here. It's extremely stretched out. So we'll discuss this just now. This needs to be replaced over here, as well as another little spot, which we'll get to. But first of all, back to this section. So I've actually managed to find this ropes at a place called Ropes for Africa. If you're in South Africa, they got a huge amount of variations of ropes and stuff. It's an online store, very good customer service, got all types of ropes and stuff. So yeah, I'll go pay them a visit. These covers now, there we go. These covers, it's a complete sewn sleeve, if you wish to call it that. As you can see, I can open it up, and as I've mentioned, it's got lots of little holes in there. You can actually see the holes there. So basically it gets laced on, and this sleeving itself, I would simply goes over there like that. Very simple. So now the stitching comes at the bottom here, and that will pull this thing right down nice and tight on here as it's meant to be. So let's get down to that. Right, so that's all been laced up now. But of course nothing's tight yet. So next step would be to tension these all up. So slowly but surely pull each one, and then I'll go over it again and again until it's all nice and firm. It's getting there, but I still think I can pull out a lot more slack out these. So as you see, this is quite time consuming. So I'm going to pause it there, and once I finish tightening it, I will bring it back. Right, so I've pulled that pretty much finally now. Still left the string in the end there. So that's just in case I need to firm something up. And straight away here when I tap it, tension that's on it. So that should be about correct. Now the next piece will be the rudder, which is lying over here. So let's get to that. So that's the rudder frame, which we fixed up some time back. It's slide it in place. Let's try this. I've made up a soapy mixture. Wow, it's quite sticky already. So I'm going to try. Use the soapy mixture on here. Can't do any harm at all. It'll just dry out eventually. Try it again. So once again I have to stitch this one up. So right, let's do that. use the rubber mallet. Now suddenly everything's completely loose again. So, but that's how I want it. Now I can actually pull. If you look here at the old holes over there, the stuff all goes right through. So that's great. Alright. So once again, let's stitch this thing. It should be, these holes have lined up absolutely perfect. I'm very happy with the way this one's come out. I can fix the hinge points on there and fit the Kevin, what do you call it, Kevin for the control. I mentioned these holes have lined up absolutely perfect. This makes me happy. Right, so I've got all the little hinge eyelets in. You can have a look, there's actually a slot cut in here, and you can look inside there, you'll see the little nut. So 3 of these points, and then they get little pins that go through them. But first let's assemble the rest of this rudder. So here I've got the control surface. This will mount more or less like that on the rudder, where the control cables will attach to. So let me just clean this thing up a bit. There's a few rivets I have to pull out and remove. Yeah, let's do this. 4mm steel rivets. Just using the vice grip to clamp that closed. So let's go rivet that. I'll just use my pneumatic riveter. So easy with a pneumatic riveter, especially with steel rivets, and that it makes light work of the job. Right, it's time to fit the rudder on. It's all completed what needs to be done. One hinge goes there, the other hinge goes there, and the bottom hinge will, that section comes later at a later stage. So we can get the pins. These are the little retainer pins that we use. So let's attach the top one first. Right, there we go. Now we have to connect the control cables, which will be two of these cables that are marked. So one cable, right, and then there's one on the other side. So well, that's the rudder connected up now. So the next step would be to connect the bungee. Alright, here's the new bungee cord. It's a little bit thicker than the old one. That's not a problem. There's a thicker one on purpose. Right, so that's that bungee cord. As you see, it's actually set off just slightly from the center here. The rudder would pretty much be in center, but in the manual it calls that it needs to be attached about 5 centimeters to port. This how will adjust during trial flights and so on. Basically it's because a engine will always try to pull the aircraft to one side due to its natural torque, and want to pull the aircraft sitting in it slightly to the right or to the left depending on the rotation of the actual engine. So now that I've connected the rudders up, this basically just a trial fit, so it will all be disconnected once again. And I put the covering on, but I had to put this on and everything, otherwise I would have problems putting it in at a later stage. Right, I'm going to give this cover now. This is the main fuselage cover. I'm going to give it a cleaning. It's quite greasy and grimy. I'm going to spray a bit of degreaser on there and use my power wash to clean it. Right, I've removed the tail fin, as you see, the rudder. So now I'm going to attempt to put on the main covering. So let's hope it goes well. Well, that's the covering in place. So now I have to basically stitch the bottom section together, and this thing should actually start looking like an aeroplane. Just before I carry on, I now need to fix a bolt through this section for my vertical fin. I'm going to take this block of nylon. It's a bit long, but it will fit there, so I'm just going to put it on my lathe quickly and cut it down to the correct length. go, I've got the spacer. Put a drop of red paint on that, just to mark it that it's been done. My red paint. And make a dot in the inside. So I know it's been done. But because it's not visible, I'll put a dot on the outside as well. I think I mentioned it before, the only reason I put red paint on these purely as an indication that I'm happy with that bolt. It's been fixed accordingly the way I need it to be done, and nothing else needs to be done there now, so that's complete. Right. Time to stitch up. Right, so that's the back end stitched up all very lightly. I'm not going to do more than that for now. Bring it closer so you can see what I've done. Now I have to do the underside, I believe is next. You can just consult the manual, the build manual, and we'll see what's next step. Right, let me take you to the next step. So, in these coverings, you can see here between the stitching, there's actually pockets. And there's one at the top here. There's the pocket. It's in the inside. So I'm going to take this batten, as they call it, and push it through the pocket. This basically keeps the fabric from baffing around as you get wind through it and so on. So let's try this. This one should be quite straightforward to my knowledge. You can actually see the pocket that I'm referring to. And I'm going to push this down there. That's it, that's all the way. Now the same process will apply to the sides. As I've mentioned, there's a line through there. So these long ones go through this. As you can see, these ones are actually bent. It's to keep the shape through it. This one is a little rivet hole there, one on each side. Right, now it's time for a bit more riveting again. Just to rivet the fabric in place. Now I have to remove this over here, which has never ever been fixed on properly, for the very reason that it comes off. Right, so that's this side done. Now I'm going to do the other side. Same story, so I won't be recording it. Right, so the next step now, I have to run the lacing, as I've done at the back here, right through the entire bottom section of the fuselage. Now, this is going to be quite time consuming and tedious, slow work, but I have to do it. Right, so this is as far as I'm going to go with the string from this side, because there is a part of the fin that's attached straight to here, so I have to leave this part untied. So I'm making a knot in the string, and then going back I'm going to slowly pull the string back and we're going to tension it. Right, so that's how it's looking now, much better. parts a little bit tighter than others. Look underneath here, we can still see some of the stitching. I need to still pull that a lot. So I will do that now in my own spare time and bring you guys back when that's all done. Okay. I've tensioned it all up. Everything looks good. You got to look under here. You'll see the stitching is tight. It's as tight as I can get it. It's completely normal that it's a bit of a gap, but this flap with Velcro on it will close nicely there, as you can see. So, but we leave it open. So, the next step would be to install the vertical fin. So, that vertical fin comes in over here and attaches to the little bar in there. So yeah, that's the next thing I have to do. At the moment I've got this vice grip here holding the string because I haven't knotted the section so that I can still get my hand in there. But as you can see, the rest is fine here, all the way through to the front. Right, so this is the vertical fin, or the lower vertical fin. I've got a little bit of stitching to do on the ends here. Just close it there, and a little bit of stitching to do here. So time to close it up and then we can put it in place. Right, let's install this vertical fin. Right. That's in place there. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Vertical fin. Closed. All the way under the aeroplane. Now this is the inside. So you can see the bolt with the vertical fin attaches there. Bungee cord. Right. Next step. I need to sort these cables out now. They're not in the right place. I just passed them through at one stage just to make life easier and get them out the way. So we've got a slot here which will have a rudder outlet. The other rudder outlet is here. To my knowledge, this and that should be for the elevator, and then the trim cable comes out the top here for the trim. So let's get the right cables in the right places. Right, that's all done. Just close here for now. This is a little zip. Closes it with. That gets cut off. It's nice, it's starting to look like an airplane again now.